Hello, hello. I am in sunny San Diego having a blast. Um, just got here last night. I am sitting here having some tea time with Tiara, okay, in San Diego style. Welcome back and thank you so much for joining me. Yes, look at me looking like a talk show host. I'm your host, Tiara. Anyhow, I just wanted to stop and say, look around. It was so chilly over there, right? And you know how it looks in Seattle. So I just went, where's the heat? So that's where I went, straight to the heat. And I just realized it's like beaming through here. I just sat down. Like, you've got to be kidding. Is this really life? Yeah. This is life. Life is great. It really is great. So I just wanted to share that with you and share some of this sun beaming down and say your home is where you are. Yeah, your home is where you are. I so strange. I kept telling them I'm home in Seattle. And I hadn't been feeling like I was home in San Diego. But the other day I just had this strange thing and I woke up and said, I'm home. Yeah, I'm home. I love it. I love it. It's beautiful to just be able to just be yourself. No matter where you are, and just be accepted. The universe is a great place, wants us to have everything we want. The last couple times I've come here, I've had gray skies, which obviously I've learned to adjust to living in Seattle. Yay! They don't bother me as much. I don't say they don't bother me. They don't bother me as much. I thought I was overwhelmed with seasonal depression, seasonal something depression, SAD, whatever it is. But look it up, Google it, do your research. SAD. It's like an annual depression disorder that you get based off of the season change here in the Pacific, or there in the Pacific Northwest, or anywhere that can go dark for such a long period of time. So always seek help for that. Yes. And go sooner than later so you can get back on track. Like, who wants to sit around being all uncomfortable? And no, don't do that. Just go on in there and say, hey, I'm not feeling so good. I'm feeling a little sad. I'm feeling a little like I just want to stay home every day, all day. Or I'm feeling like whatever you're feeling, shoot, talk to people. What's wrong with you? Talk to them. That's what my Uncle Frank would say. Talk to them, TT. TT, talk to them. So I'm telling you guys, talk to them. Go talk to your healthcare professionals. Yeah, that's on my heart because I did a mental health first aid training course yesterday. And it was so heavy. I learned so much, but it's a lot when you realize how much hurt is going on, how many people are living with mental illness, treated and untreated. There was a lot of confusion, a lot of fear, a lot of fear-based, misdriven guidance and love, if that's what you want to call that. I'm referring to when we're loving people in the way we think we should, that may not be beneficial to them. And we may not know that because we may be too close to the person, or we may just be too damn controlling. So whatever it is, we've all been there. And we have to let people, no matter what we think of them, we have to allow people to be who they are in their life. And that's a tricky balance when we're talking about mental health, because people do need help. Yeah, we all need help. To be honest with you, that's what I was explaining to the class yesterday when it was my turn to talk. And yes, I tried to shut up so other people could talk. So I meditated and I listened, and it was heavy. It was heavy for me. It was a lot. I listened to mothers beings, but this one in particular, mother, who was just living in fear of her own child that she loves, that she bore. Yeah. There's a lot of people going through that. And that was heavy for me. Yep. I could imagine. And that's what makes it so challenging, is what is one to do? Continue to love them, number one. That's first. Like she does. Like we all do. Love them in the way that they need you to love them, not in the way that we want to love them. Sometimes we're not the best person to help them. I'm referring to things like therapy. Sometimes we need to refer our children to someone who studied this and someone that they can actually be honest and open with. Because that was another thing that I was paying attention to, was some of the questions that are asked to mental health patients, mental health people. People being deemed as mentally unstable, whatever the words are. The questions, some of the questions that were being asked, I just think that some of those would send me into a tailspin. And I'm only, a little crazy. No, not crazy, kids. But just don't use that word. It's not a good word. Especially when, just try not to use it. It's just not good. Anyhow, they just change meanings of things and make them ugly. I always use the ugly version. Anyhow, side note. Yeah, don't, I just want to tell you don't do something, and that's why I caught myself, got all lost. Can't tell you don't. Do whatever you want to do. That is healthy by your own true life's calling. Anyhow, enough about this. I have to get in here, and I'm just kind of rambling at this point. But I really do want to stress the fact that mental health patients, because I believe that we all have some form of mental illness, just at different levels, and we all call it different things, and we all kind of look and be like, you got this one, and I'm better than you because all I do is wash my hands a lot, and you over there pacing around talking to yourself. And then look at you. I mean, is that an eating disorder? Oh, I'm better than you because I just work out a lot. too much. We've all been on these different sides of this stuff. And we can all have varying versions of... I could have swore that was my ex-husband. That is so strange. I'm going to show you guys in a second if they keep coming this way. Anyhow, okay, that is really creepy. I'm going to let you see. Hopefully you can see that. If not, good, because I don't really like when people videotape me. It's rude. So hopefully you just got like a side profile image there. It is so rude. Like, I don't know. Half the time I don't care. But usually when people are doing it, they're doing it to be rude. Back to the mental health. Mental health, patients, beings, loved ones, all that good stuff. Look, respect people. That's all that people need from you is respect and love. And nobody wants to be talked down to. Nobody wants to be insulted or demeaned or belittled. What does that even mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means, are you having suicidal thoughts again? So that was one of the questions that got me all like, wait, don't ask that. They may not even think about suicide. And if they've done it before, that doesn't mean this time. And then it's like, see, now you're judging me again. So we have to be so careful with our word choices and use our heart. Like, empathize. Seriously. How would I feel if this person was me? They are me. Okay, they're a male or whatever, they're a female. I could have been born that. I've got a brother. You know, just imagine. That's all you have to do. Imagine that that's your brother. But it's better to just imagine it's the male version of yourself or the female version of yourself. You are both. So just put yourself there. And would you want somebody saying that to you? Would you want someone saying, no, your feelings are not real. They're only in your head? Like, rude. Yeah, rude. Everybody got thoughts in their head. I mean, do you not think? Shoot. They just got a lot of them. Maybe they're smarter than you. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they are smarter than you. Shoot. Gotta respect it. Yeah. Maybe they're too smart for us. That's why I call them my special people. I love it. I like to think that I'm there too. I've got all kinds of mental illness issues. Mental illness, period. It runs in my family. I mean, yeah, my dad, bipolar, he's dead. So, I mean, I would say it anyway. He's dead. And he also suffered from, what else? A whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, mental illness. He suffered from mental illness. It doesn't really matter what type, I guess. That's the truth. What really matters is that he was suffering only for periods of time because he did what it took to get his levels balanced. All right, what do you need? I don't have cigarettes. Yeah, sorry. No, why did I say sorry? Cigarettes give you cancer. Not sorry. Um, anyhow. anyhow, jeez, yeah. I could not just let it go. My ex-husband said, let it go, Tiara. And I just couldn't let it go. I couldn't just say that and be done. I could have. I made a choice not to. Everything's about choices. Yeah. So choose to take care of your any mental illnesses that you have that are causing you problems. But even if they're not causing you problems, learn more about yourself. Learn about yourself. I don't necessarily feel that my mental illnesses are always a problem. It's usually someone else telling me it's a problem, but it's their problem. I don't care that I wash my hands a lot. They do. The part that bothers me more is the waste of water, but I save water everywhere else. Shoot, I'm a mother. I used to not bathe every day. A lot of water saving on that mother tip. Points for all the moms. No, get your butts in the shower. Yeah, I get in the shower now. I just keep in mind people in Flint, and then I just cut it short. But occasionally I do spend a little bit more time in the water shower. Take care of your bodies. That was that point. But who cares? Who cares if I wash my hands? Who cares if who was it bothering? Now I just do it like I should. Wet my hands, put some soap, really scrub in there, going in doctor style underneath those nails. Yes, all the way up, massaging past those knuckles into those cuticles and coming up the palms. Palms of my hand down to around my wrist and right up to that forearm. Oh yeah, you gotta work on that forearm, ladies and gents. Bring that lather back down to the tip. Rub it into those little gritty palms of your hands and tips. Ooh, they just get so nasty, especially with OCD. Scrub-a-dub-dub and rinse on the count of 3. I know, I've been practicing. So my son is going to be proud of me. Anyhow, OCD is a serious part of my life. A serious part of my life that I've learned to appreciate and understand greatly, deeply, just on so many levels. And it just helps me to understand how I work. I'm not telling anybody sorry. No. For OCD, if I did something wrong to you, I'll tell you I'm sorry, but not because I did something that I just do. It's not even affecting you. Unless it is. And if it is, then we should talk about why what's affecting you is more important than me being happy or comfortable or whatever else. And if it's not more important, compromise. Because usually somebody just doesn't want to see you do something. So if that's all it is, then I think I'll choose my comfort. And you can close your eyes, or just one, or turn your head and don't look. Isn't that beautiful? That's all you got to do for somebody with OCD. Just turn your head. Just dismiss it. That's not me. That has nothing to do with me. That's it. I love it. So anyhow, that's the thought for the day. Embrace your mental illness. Don't make it other people's problem, though. Like, people say, that's just how I am. The tone in which you say, that's just how I am. One, just E. Two, because I'm not just having OCD, I have OCD. And I can't even say it with a sad face. It makes me part of who I am. It truly does. It makes me good at a lot of great things. Focus your filter. That's what's important. Don't let other people choose your filter for your own life. Don't let them choose your filter for your mental illness. Filter your mental illness through your own eyes. What are your strengths that you get from mental illness? I like to hear about them. And only the strengths. If I want to hear yeah. If I want to hear any of that, I can turn on anything. Just people. And they will fill me in right and left on what's wrong with these people. How different they are. How can I tolerate them? How can I get used to them? How do you get used to you? How do you get used to you? They're wired different than you. We all are. Understanding that they may be thinking the same thing about you. How can I tolerate you? How can I get used to you as my loved one behaving that way when you know that I'm just wired differently than you? But who said that your way of being wired was actually right? Who said that your way of, because your parents did? Wherever you got your thought process doesn't mean that it's right. It just means that it's yours. And then yesterday we were dealing with adult children with mental illness and mental illness with adults, period. Not children, but there were parents in there. And they may have decided, especially if they didn't get diagnosed or their imbalance didn't start until they were already an adult. They may already have their own thought process, and they may not really want yours or want to live by yours. They may not even want to live the life that you want them to live. I listened, and someone with mental illness was being judged for shopping too much. Like, way too much. Way too much. Like, no, we got to get her card back. She is straight up in psychosis. I just want people to really understand the definitions of the words that they're choosing to label their loved ones, the beings around them. Watch those words. You didn't go reading this and actually go to school for this or even research it. It's like we just hear words and we just started saying them and saying them. Oh, he's schizophrenic. Somebody had diagnosed their son that way last night. Like, oh, how long has he been diagnosed? Oh, whoa, he hasn't. Give him extra medicine. There's all sorts of stuff that people say. We have got to be careful. We have to slow down and start asking ourselves, what are we doing? The mental health population is not there for us to just control and dictate just because we are wired different than you. I think some of y'all might need a little bit of the same stuff that you're asking to happen to the family members. I don't know that a lot of us can pass the same eval that we ask others to take. Yeah. I mean, she might shop a lot. She might need like a Shoppers Anonymous. Not a pill for bipolar or schizophrenia. Eating disorder. Because someone has an eating disorder doesn't always mean that they're depressed. It usually can go hand in hand, but we don't want to just go out and start assuming that, oh, my choice words there, insert any choice word you want to, is just eating all those carbs and whatever because of XYZ. She's depressed or he's depressed. And it's like, or you might have raised them eating carbs. Or you might have raised them not eating carbs. And now they're indulging. Or in your eyes, abusing. To the point where you've deemed it a mental illness. Sometimes people are actually eating that way because that's how we taught them to cope. That's how we taught them to feel good about themselves. We said, oh, you got a good grade. Let me give you food. Let me take you out for something bite to eat. A donut, a popsicle. I tried not to reward my kids with food for a job well done. Like, you're not a puppy. That's on my other page. We'll get into homeschooling and stuff like that for those of you who want to know more about those things, but we'll leave that out of this one. So anyway, we kind of put those things into our kids' heads sometimes, and then they grow up and we're now saying something's wrong with you. It's like, nothing's wrong with them. Right, wrong, right, wrong. You're wrong, I'm right. You're wrong, I'm right. Why aren't you listening to me? Why don't you listen? I'm telling you nice things, like whatever you're believing in your head is not real, and those voices and things that's not real is just you. I just keep saying that because I want you to hear how that sounds. Somebody tells you that they're hearing voices, and this person is telling them that, and whatever is being said in their head, and they're saying it over and over. What makes you think that telling them, I understand that this is difficult, but it's not real? Let me tell you something. What does that even mean? It's not real. It is real to them. In their head, they did hear the thoughts. I reiterate that. I'm going to end on this. This man walking past here listening to this music, whatever words he's hearing right now, they're real to him. He hears them. I don't. They're still real. In his head, those words are real. They're just not real to me. It's just that simple. The words that are going on in someone's head when they're suffering or in crisis are real to them. We don't need to prove to them that they're not real, because they are. The person heard them. Leave them alone about it. You don't have to hear them. You don't have to hear the thoughts. They didn't even ask you. And if they do ask you, you can be honest. I don't hear them. But you hear them, and that's all that matters. Shit, I can't even barely hear out of this ear. I can barely hear you now. That's what I'd say. But why do we have to put ourselves involved? Why do we have to get in there? I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. Somebody's in a spot where they're not feeling good. What are you doing? Turning this into an eye show? Put it back over there. They need attention right now, don't you see? They're really like asking for attention. They need some help. That's what the community is for. That's what we're here for, to help them. Not to judge them. Not to say you're having trouble right now and it's in your head and stop it. Be like me. And by the way, let me tell you everything else I don't like about your life either. Leave them alone. Don't judge them. That's so easy to say. I have been, and we've all, but I have done it, and it's hard sometimes not to. But when you catch it, you just know. Absolutely not. If they're faking what? Needing attention? Who would do that unless they actually need attention? Can't fake that. They can fake signs and try to fake symptoms, but they can fake the signs of different illnesses. But err on the side of caution. There's a lot of things that people aren't faking, that don't look a certain way. I would rather wake up in the morning and know that they're okay. That's it. They needed attention, and I gave it to them. Who cares if it was for a seizure and they were really not having one? Who cares? I used to. And then I realized, who cares? They need some attention. I wish they could just ask for it. Ask for what you need, for those of you who do that. Yeah, let's hug our loved ones, hug everybody. Yeah, hug everybody. I've just been hugging everybody. That's just who I am. I'm a hugger. And people hug me back, and it feels absolutely amazing. It feels amazing to just be hugged by people who don't owe you anything, who are not trying to get anything from you unless it's just some skin-to-skin contact. It just feels good to just be loved and hugged. Touch. The power of touch. I love it. When I do Reiki sessions that include touch, I like them both, but it just feels more intimate, I guess. You don't touch everyone during Reiki, of course. Most people, I think, would refrain from touching. I usually would do it on someone I've known for a long time. But it just really seals and creates a connection, a flow between the universal love, healing energy, and the being, and you. That's why it heals all of us. Anyhow, don't let me get started on that. Dude, this is life. I just love it. Tanning in the sun, a black chick, getting her vitamin D, arms out. Look at that little puppy. Out for my weight loss people and people into fitness, health, and well-being. Let's see what this left is looking like. You know, the left be looking kind of crazy. Oof. I don't really know how to do all those little positions. I just dance. I dance when I go, so I don't really know the proper way to flex. I just feel like you flex naturally. Nay, that was for you. You just naturally flex, girl. No effort put into it. I love it. I love it. Just doing your thing. I love what you're doing with the kids on the cruise and all that good stuff. Everybody that is here in San Diego that I can see while I'm here, I just can't wait. And if you have the time, I am here for a wedding, so I don't have much time, but I'd love, love, love to hang out with whoever I can while I'm here. I'll be in the central San Diego, Mission Valley area. If you want to get together later today or probably Sunday. Yeah, so anyhow, that is my availability while I'm here. Give me a call, inbox me, or whatever you want to do. Let's get together and have a bite or two. Yes. Or a cup of tea. Tea for two. Or 4 or 6 or 8 if you're coming by later on this date. Anyhow, love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And I look forward to showing you many more days in San Diego with the sun while I'm here. Until next time, be empathetic. Love everyone around you, no matter what color they are, what religion they are, what sex they are, whatever they are. They're you. A different version of you. They are a different version of you and could be at any time in your life, in your past. They could be your mother, they could be your friend, they could be, as some would say, they could be Jesus. They could be Buddha. They could be a mermaid. They could be a deity, a goddess, a unicorn, a Muppet. They could be Dora. They could be whatever it is that you believe makes your world a better place. Whatever it is that you think makes this place go round. Whatever it is that you lift your head to, bow your head to. I say them both to make sure we understand that some lift and some bow. Whatever your choice is, make sure that you understand that we are one being. That's it. And we have to love that way. We don't have to do anything. Minister Tiara says we get to. We get to. We choose to. We get to choose to love that way. We get to choose to love that way. It's a choice that we get to make. Make your choice today to truly love those around you as though they're yourself. That's empathy. Yeah. Love them more than they're yourself. How do you do that? By loving yourself, respecting yourself, and respecting others. It all goes together. Yep. Self-love. Always back to that. Have a good day, guys. Peace. And there's Aunt Beulah, or her mother, or any other bird lover or person who believes in bird spirits and guides and all that stuff. That was them saying goodbye, and that they got us. They watch over us. So somebody's loved ones, including mine, just went over and said, I love you, and I've got you. Peace.